Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Taya and this is Papagaio, my Junglecore island. I almost said Glenny. Wow. Today we are going to be working on one of my favorite villagers' houses, Amelia. I absolutely love Amelia. She has just been a complete joy to have on the island and her house is gorgeous. I've put down little subtle custom designs where I'm going to be doing trees because I did plan out a little bit of this build just to make sure that I had enough items and everything. But we are going to put an incline right over here, and as you can see, it's right up from the shopping district area that we're still in the middle of building out. But Nook's Cranny is over here. We're going to have a little jungle market in this area, which turned out to be much smaller than I really want it to be, but that's fine. This rock is not going to stay. Why are all the rocks spawned over here? So we'll put in the incline, we'll put in Amelia's house, and we'll get started with this build. Let's go! Hello everyone and happy Monday. This is voiceover Taya now. You already know that, but wow, it is a Monday morning. My brain is of course not awake yet because I've only had one coffee, so here we are. Speaking of my brain not being quite awake, when I went to move Amelia's house, Tom Nook let me go the entire way through the conversation, even picking Amelia, before he let me know that my pockets were too full to even take her kit. So I was like a little bit annoyed with him, but then we had to go and put the incline down, and I was hoping to get them both figured out at the same time. But it wasn't gonna work out because my pockets were stupidly full. So I had to adjust some of the pathing here and I was completely confused. I wanted to bring it back one square and I'm running in circles with frustration because I've made a mess of everything. So I removed it all and I ended up bringing it forward one square here. So the path kind of goes in front of Abel's for a second, but I don't think that that's bad. I think I like the flow of the pathway, and I'm just marking it out with these squares. But then at the end, I do round off the corners and I put in my typical pathing that I put in everywhere else in this area of my island. We went with a stone staircase. I don't know if you saw there, I was a little bit conflicted between the wooden staircase and the stone staircase, but we ended up going with stone. Look how lovely Amelia is. Oh my gosh, I love her so much. And Flora, so cute. And at one point, Sahara's kind of walking through the future market area, and man, I'm just loving Junglecore. It's so cute. After placing Amelia's house, we went forward to the next day, and Tucker had a thought bubble. I was like, don't you even dare. And then Sahara was in the market. So cute. Anyways, we have the incline there, and we have Amelia's house, which I think looks so cute, perched on this little cliff side right beside the beach, which I'm planning on putting maybe like a little beachside chill spot that she could access. I know that would be technically Amelia's little hangout zone. But here is the idea behind Amelia's house. So I want to give everybody, or almost everybody, kind of a role that they would have in the jungle, kind of some kind of job. And I looked at Amelia's hobby. A lot of the snooty villagers I find have the music hobby, which is, I love her having the music hobby because she sings and it's like the cutest thing ever. But I wanted to give her a job that was not just like a hobby, but it was something that she could produce for the island, if that makes sense. Something that she could sell in a market, some kind of product. So I started thinking, what would a snooty villager want to sell on this island? What's something fancy? And I immediately thought like perfumes and essential oils, because there are a lot of like essential oils and that kind of thing that have their roots from like jungle places, like sourced from exotic flowers and that kind of thing. So I was thinking she could be like a perfumer? I looked it up. That's the actual name for somebody who makes perfume, but it just doesn't sound right. A perfumer? So in Portuguese, I actually looked it up in Portuguese because the name of my island, Papagaio, means parrot in Portuguese, and perfumer, or somebody who creates perfume, is actually perfumista. in Portuguese, and I thought that that was so perfect. So Amelia is our little perfumista on Papagaio, which I think is super super adorable. So I gave her like a little sink. I think this imperial partition works perfectly near her house. It just adds that like extra class that I think Amelia definitely deserves. Gave her some incense, so you're already getting the like perfumer kind of vibes. And for this whole build, I did stick pretty closely to my color scheme, which was blue and red with hints of white. So I hope it doesn't come across like a little bit too American, but I don't think that it does. I think it still has that like more jungle aesthetic with like the, you know, log stepping stone kind of thing, wooden planks and the dirt and that kind of thing. Some more like Asian inspired accents too, which I think kind of skew it more to a jungle aesthetic than just like red, white, and blue kind of thing. Whenever you hear this little sound, or it's like very light, that is my ring on the desk every time I press pause between different clips of me recording this voiceover. No, I didn't do it that time. I'm just messing with you. I'm sorry. It's Monday. I need more coffee. Come here. A good boy. Alright, now I have a cat on my lap, which is very cozy and nice, but he does often try to chew my headphone cord because it's like one of those fabric-y kind of covered cords, and he is obsessed with it. It's like everything to him. I was actually looking yesterday at like this spray that you can put on things that makes it slightly bitter to cats and dogs so they don't chew on things, and I almost bought it, and I probably should have because he is a chewer. He chews on things. Like there's this one towel basket that we have that he is like literally obsessed with. Anyways, that was a good amount of tangents. So back on the build, it's coming together really nicely. I did plan out a lot of this. I put together little collections of items that I knew I wanted around, and then I kind of planned out where I wanted trees. But I hadn't done any of the custom pathing or anything like that, so that was kind of the wild card, and all of this was just getting the custom pathing exactly where I wanted. And then it was just a matter of putting back together the little collections that I had already decided I kind of wanted to work with, which is why they're in my pockets in a pretty organized fashion, because I did try to pick them up in the order of how I wanted to put them down again. So far on Papagaio, I've just been sticking to bamboo trees and coconut trees, but I'm not sure if, I don't know what your opinions are, if other trees can kind of fit in with Junglecore. I have put a couple of hardwood trees in randomly in the background to kind of fill out some spaces, but I did see a couple of other people who are doing Junglecore who added in pretty much all the different kinds of trees, so I don't know, let me know what you think. For right now, I think I really like it just with being palm trees and coconut trees, but I'm willing to try something different. I really did want to put a tree right in the middle there, but I didn't want it to conceal any of the stuff that the decorations that I had put there, and I didn't want it to be in the way for walking, so I ended up not putting a tree right there. But like something inside of me really wanted to, so I kept walking over there with a shovel like, I will put a tree here. I'm giggly today. I apologize for my giggles. I don't know why I'm giggly. One thing that I've started only doing really recently is heavily basing my builds off of the villagers that are around them. And that's something that I had noticed for a long time that other creators were doing that I thought was really cute, but I never thought to do it myself for some reason. And I'm really happy that I've started building around specific villagers because it just kind of it helps the creative process too, like their house color and just the ideas that can come when you're associating it with a specific villager. For example, like just the fact that I've made this area entirely blue, red, and white is like just completely based off of Amelia's house. And then even just like thinking about what kind of a job she would do made it such a more like a fun creative process for me to work on her house. I end up putting like a little tea table on that blanket down on the right there, and it's like her little workshop where she can like make her fragrances. I love it. I really never would have thought of it though if I hadn't been basing it off of Amelia. I would have never thought to do like a perfumista's house. I really love how this little workstation came together for Amelia, even though you can't sit on that chair because it's like has arms, so you can't actually fit into it. But I do put another stool right beside the well right over here, and I would love one day to be able to see Amelia sitting on that little stool. I think it would be so cute, and that's why I left one little seating area still open for her to sit on, because I do like that. Hopefully one day. I have yet to see her in her actual area. And we're getting quite close to the end here. I end up putting in some tiki torches, a little mush lamp, and just filling out the pathing here a little bit more, which I mess up because I use a dirt path right beside that dirt path that I made into a circle. So fix all of that and get these little sections of pathing. They look really cute on the map. They make it look a little bit more detailed, but they also help to just fill in the space and create some interest on the ground, which I really like without having to have like a path there. So yeah, I think it looks pretty cute. Just some final touches and then we'll have the final shots and walkthrough. This plaza is poppin' today. Look at all this. Amelia was here before. Oh, there she is. There she is. There's our girl. Hey, I can't see you. You're in the trees. This is why I need to block off all these little tree areas where you guys get lost. I can't see ya. The build is done, so I'm very excited about that. And you come up the stone staircase and just have a little bit of nature up here with the pathway that leads over to Amelia's house. And she has a little like wash basin here to like wash her hands or whatever. The one thing that I did not include yet is leaf piles and dropped items. So I think I'll just be doing that off camera because I don't have those kind of items on hand right now, but we will get them in place. As always, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye everybody.